Welcome to another Let's Play. This is Season 1, Episode 2. So what I've been up to since yesterday, I expanded the sugarcane farm. So it used to have a tin upgrade in it, and now it has a gold upgrade. So the gold upgrade allows it to reach with radius 7. So it's really large in terms of sugarcane. It produces about 4 times as much sugarcane as it was before, which is great. I also worked on a mob farm. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. It wasn't very successful, and I'm going to actually tear it down, but why not show off my mistakes? I'm not afraid to admit I make tons of mistakes and screw things up all the time. That's how you learn. So we're underneath the sugar farm now. So the sugar farm produces a lot of sugarcane, which then goes into the cyclic assembler, which is producing lots of sugar. And the sugar is pumped, like I said, into these reactant dynamos, and now I have tons of infinite sugar, as well as the sewage from the animals. And I created this double tank of open blocks tanks in order to feed the dynamos. I like using the open blocks tanks because it's just glass and obsidian, and if you have a steady source of lava, and since I'm not using magmatic dynamos, I just put my, I'll show you how I get my lava, I'll show you how I get my obsidian. I just grab my crescent hammer. Here I've got my portable tanks stacked on top of each other. But whenever I want some obsidian, I just come on over and I slap this on top. Oh. Reverse the direction so it feeds in, and then I just switch this to obsidian mode. I'm not going to do that now, but that's how I get all the obsidian I need, and then I just make what is it? The open blocks tanks. So sometimes it's hard to see because the icon is not really obvious, but it's right here. And the open block tanks hold 16 buckets each, and it produces 2 tank pieces for this simple material cost. Normally the obsidian would be a limiting reagent, but in our case it's not. The open block tanks automatically connect to each other, so you can just create a whole series of them together. I plan to actually make tons and tons of giant tanks to store fluids. The next fluid I need to store, in addition to a bunch of sewage, is some mob essence. I originally thought that I was going to power my base off of a combination of mob essence and gunpowder. On the Agrarian Skies server, I created a mob farm, and the mob farm produces gunpowder and mob essence. And on Reddit /FeedTheBeast, one of the people had mentioned that you can actually use the gunpowder and the mob essence to power the dynamo that feeds the grinder, and it has surplus power to spare. And that's why I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a mob spawner. Of course, I'm an idiot and totally forgot that mob spawners don't work very well in normal survival maps, because there are so many potential places for the mobs to spawn. This is a view from the inside. I'm actually going to tear this whole structure down. Let me show you from the top what it looks like. Here we go. I got some scaffolding here, so we can just open it up from the top. So I built this huge thing, but I'm going to tear it down because it doesn't work. For those who don't know, the spawn radius of monsters is 128 blocks from wherever players are. But that includes down, and so whenever I'm standing on the ground, lying around, it's actually spawning tons of monsters in the caves down below. It's kind of what you'd expect, but it's not really what I want. So, live and learn, live and learn. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be as good as Agrarian Skies. It works really well in Agrarian Skies because there is nowhere else for the mobs to spawn because it's a huge skyblock map. On a survival map, you have to build it either way up in the sky or over the ocean, but you basically want to build it 128 blocks away from anything else that's relevant. Let me switch to my hammer, and I'll just hammer a lot of this away. And I'll show you the basic design of the mob farm that I use on Agrarian Skies. You've got, it's 3 high, so that Endermen can spawn. Conveyor belts. Lots of places for mobs to spawn. The conveyor belts carry the monsters into 3 wide conveyor belt systems, which drop them down the hole in the middle. Waiting at the bottom of this whole thing is a mob, a grinder from Mine Factory Reloaded. But like I said, none of this actually works. So right after I do this Let's Play, I'm going to tear this down and reuse the materials for something else. But that's what I tried to do. And then since the last time we played, someone moved in next door. I believe it was one of the Twitch viewers. If you're watching this now on YouTube, I also stream on Twitch occasionally, and this is a public server. It's open, so anyone can join. So if you're either watching this on YouTube or watching on Twitch, please feel free to just join up and come by. I don't know who this is who moved in, but I'm guessing that it's downtime, and he's got his little structure there. I've checked it out earlier. There doesn't seem to be a way in yet, but at least there's some sort of a facade here in the front. So I'm a little curious to see how that turns out over time. You know what? The sun is setting, so I haven't completely ripped apart the mob farm yet. I could probably show you what it looks like. So when I was at first trying to get it to run, it killed almost no mobs at all. And then I at least did one sort of temporary thing, is I laid out a bunch of torches. See, at least I can reduce the surface area. The monsters can spawn a lot. I ran out 128 in all directions and dropped torches just all over the place, so that at least when it's nighttime and I'm standing at my base, the mobs were forced to spawn either underground or inside my mob trap. Maybe I can just kind of, since the sun is setting, we can go ahead and let a few mobs spawn. While the sun's setting, let me show you one other thing that I've been up to. And that is obviously making all the building materials. So I've got my igneous extruder feeding into a pulverizer, and the pulverizer feeds sand into this barrel and gravel into there. And the building material that I've been using is the sand made into sandstone, and then the sandstone in a square turns into smooth sandstone, and then the smooth sandstone combined with a chisel from Tinker's Construct makes chiseled sandstone, and then the chiseled sandstone again, chisel it again, gives the sandstone brick. And this is the material that I've been using, that I'm planning to make most of my base out of. So you can see it looks like this, and when you break it, it breaks relatively quick, which will make the building nice and easy. And in addition to building pretty quick, it doesn't destroy the structure of what it is afterwards. You know how like sometimes some materials like smooth stone turns into cobblestone, but you can pick this up and slabs fall apart. But not these. These will be great, very easy to work with. You can also put glass. I've been putting sand into my smeltery. I've automated the sand going into the smeltery. I've got some alumite hanging out. I should take care of that. I've got some ingot casts to take care of loose bars. But I've got this setup here where this smeltery drain automatically pipes into a casting basin, and the casting basin automatically pipes into this chest, and this is where I can get my clear glass. And the clear glass I used, oh, here comes a creeper. But I used the clear glass on the edge of my grinder column so that I could see the monsters coming down. I wonder if that creeper is just going to kind of hang out. I'm not going to worry about him for now. We'll come back and get that little guy. And the reason I'm using the glass is because there's 2 other building materials I'm going to use to make my base. I'm going to grab a flower. With the flour, where did my flour go? Whoops, I do this a lot. I just move it down, but I should grab some flesh too while we're at it. With the flour, I can make yellow dye, and the yellow dye with the glass makes the stained yellow stained glass with the breakable glass. And this is actually one of the materials I'm going to build my base with. The other one is these fitted blood-stained stone. And this one is made, I think is it? No, I need to take normal sand and make sandstone, and then sandstone into smooth sandstone. Smooth sandstone with rotten flesh makes blood-stained blocks. Oh, it looks like and then blood-stained blocks all by himself in a crafting grid, you don't have to do the arrange by 4 thing, gives fitted blood-stained stone. And that is another material that I'm going to build with. And if you look at the textures on these, if you compare the sandstone brick to the fitted blood-stained stone, you can see that they have fairly similar texture qualities, just slightly different colors. I like the way these colors look together, so I'm gonna use those combined with the yellow stained glass. And this is going to be what I make most of my base out of, at least the walls. So I want to automate the process for making huge amounts of this. So my next project is going to be taking this pulverizer and sand setup. I'm going to duplicate this to produce lots and lots of sand, because I go through huge amounts of sand. And then also to combine it, I'm going to make some cyclic assemblers, which are going to assemble everything at least into sandstone. I don't know if I'll be able to automate the chisel, because the chisel uses durability, but I would at least like to automate the creation of the smooth sandstone. Once I can get that going, I'll be able to produce, I'll be able to start building my base. It'll save me some time, and I'll need a lot of that building material. That creeper go away? What happened to that creeper? So anyway, the mob farm's kind of working right now, even though it's night. It's maybe picked up 1 or 2 extra gunpowder, but for the most part, pretty unhappy with it. Gonna have to tear it down. Where did that creeper go? Creeper explosion damage is on, so I'm a little bit nervous about having that creeper running around. Let's go ahead and sleep so we can make a day. Rise and shine. So that's and then there's one more thing that I found. So while I was running around, placing torches everywhere to try and make my mob farm, my failed mob farm, work just a little bit better, I did happen to make my way through this. Is it this passage? I found a spider spawner while I was running around. Yes, it's through this mushroom cave. And I think I wanted to drop a marker. I mean, I could use a waypoint. Yes, here we go. Right here. So I am partially debating placing I think I'm going to set up a grinder and some open block tanks to basically farm mob essence here, because the mob essence will actually be useful. I just don't want to deal with it yet, and I don't really have an easy way to move this spawner yet. I wonder how close to the surface we are. Oh, look at that! Alright. So, spiders will spawn. Might as well. Spiders are like 2x2s, right? So let's set it up where they spawn in this area right here. So let's dig this out. And actually, let's give ourselves a little bit of room to work with. Okay, so they're gonna spawn right here, which means the grinder goes here, and the chest for the output goes here. Power is going to go here. So we'll put a reactant dynamo here. We're going to want to put in the sugar, which will be replenished every so often. Right there. An item duct that goes in here. Right. Oh, these barrels don't empty from the... Okay. We just need to turn this. There. Oh, maybe from the back? Or maybe only from the bottom. I seem to remember that. Hey, why don't you face up? Will that be your bottom? Can I make it face bottom? Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Huh? Oh, it's already full. Ah, yes. Haha. I win. Okay, well, one of these orientations worked, but I think that's cute. Let's do it that way. Let's do sugar on the bottom. This is stuffed. I don't care. Feeding into reactant dynamo. Yes. Okay. Let's move this chest. I don't want to deal with it, so we're just going to put it here for now. Last thing we need is we need a fluiduct. So here's what we're going to do. We want the first place that the output fluid goes should be back into the dynamo. And then excess fluid should go up. Right. I got a bunch of random different holes here. Whoa, I'm an idiot. You know what? We're just going to stand on top. Please don't be gravel. Okay, good. Alright. And then tank. That'll be good for now. If that fills up, I'll come back and do more. And then this, I'm going to fill in. I gotta make it look nice, right? Let's use clear glass along the side. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. And spiders can crawl up walls, right? So let's not make that too easy for them. We'll fill in this back part because that part can't be reached. So I think that's going to force the spiders to spawn here. I should have a way out. You know what? I'll just exit this way in a little bit. I'm going to come back and make this better. We'll do this for now. What I'll do is during my play session, I'll make this look better, and then next episode you guys can all see what I've done. I'm kind of nervous because I think the spider is going to crawl right over this. Oh well. Let's gather some more stone. Oh, I think there's no grinder active yet. That's probably why it's not happy. It's not actually dying. We need to get the grinder going. Oh, well, that's why I have mob juice with me, right? See, I thought of everything. Alright, mob juice. Yeah. Mob essence, dynamo, reactant, sugar, grinder with mob essence. Oh, it doesn't know to come out, so I'm going to have to pump it out actively. Good to know. That's easily fixed. Right there. So now, mob essence comes out. This is filled with mob essence. Sugar's coming out. Everything's happy. I'm going to stand here and wait for it to happen again. Come on. Maybe it's too light. Is there too much light? I want just enough light to stop the spawning, but not enough. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. 3990. Now, we'll know that this is working if the mob essence in the tank's above. Oh, look, I see mob essence. Oh, that might have been from when I emptied my portable tank, though. The excess probably went up there. So this is coming out, yeah. Perfect. I think if I really wanted this to work well, I probably want to cover the spawner so that the spiders can't reach that. I think I'll do that. Let me do that right now. Couple frame rate issues. Hopefully it doesn't stay that way for long. I wonder if maybe I shouldn't allow. Maybe I should have that off. Oh, this torch is still preventing it. Okay, let's put that there. This here. This here. Uh-oh. No! 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 Oh. No! Creeper! I hate you! Oh. Oh. Well, that seems like a good place to end this. I will fix this and have it done for next episode.